Have you ever played a game, watched a movie, or even seen an ad
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
and thought to yourself, who the hell made it? Well, someone did, and that someone could be you. Here is your no-fluff roadmap to becoming a 3D artist in big 2026. So let's get down to business. To start, it's worth deciding on the field of work. This is influenced only by your personal preferences. At first it would be nice having a direction, but don't worry, you can change it anytime you want in the future. Interior design is an important and in-demand part of our lives. Everyone from private clients to companies needs service and helps with room and building planning. Working with great assets and lighting is crucial point here. There are a lot of competition around here as everywhere, but the effort pays off. The next one is product design. It's my specialty and an extremely trendy and in-demand field of design. Everyone nowadays needs a promotional video or 3D model for their website. Most of what you see in ads is created partially or entirely using 3D graphics. Game design, a favorite topic for many. Playing video games, everyone has already thought about the process of creating their own game or character. That's why the competition here is incredibly high. But as always, the skilled artists are in demand consistently. You can create everything, from game items to environments to characters, which we will focus on right now. Creating a character, in my opinion, is one of the most labor-intensive paths in 3D. The difficulty here lies in anatomy. For proper character design, especially for games, knowledge in this area is necessary. But mostly for beginners, basic knowledge of the structure of our body is enough. The next field is architectural design. From the name it's clear that you will be working with buildings. Here, the knowledge of architecture is unavoidable. I personally don't consider this a good choice for the absolute beginner, but if you have an experience in architecture, you can combine it with 3D pretty well. The next step is the decision of your software. It could feel overwhelming at first, but don't worry, you can switch it anytime in the future. With knowledge of the interface and functions of, for example, Maya, it won't be so difficult to figure out Cinema 4D or Blender. But which programs are the most optimal for beginners? Maya is one of the main tools used in big game and animation studios. Super powerful, but not the most beginner-friendly software. The downside? The price tag. But the good news? Students can get free educational access, so check if you're eligible. The next on our list is Blender. Blender is completely free, and honestly, that alone makes it the best starting point for the most beginners. It's very intuitive, beginner-friendly, and powerful enough for professional work. Blender used to be underestimated as an underdog, but now it's improving insanely fast. There are thousands of tutorials on YouTube, from donuts to Hollywood-level VFX. 3ds Max is another industry giant, used in architecture, interior design, advertising, and product rendering. Compared to Maya, the interface is easier to understand. But just like Maya, it's not that cheap. If you're a student, check for the free educational access first. Cinema 4D is known for being beginner-friendly. Designers love it for motion graphics, advertising, and creative visuals. It's easier to learn but still packed with powerful tools. There is a free trial, so you can test the waters before committing. And now we are moving to the more specialized tools. For example, ZBrush. ZBrush is the king of digital sculpting. If you want to create characters, creatures, or super detailed models, this is the tool. It is used in games, movies, VFX, practically everywhere. The learning curve is smooth, but the price is around $900. And now, the most unique of them all, Houdini. Houdini is the beast of procedural 3D. Explosions, fire, particles, destruction, this is where Houdini shines. It's incredibly powerful, but also one of the hardest to learn. Pricing starts at about this price tag. So, which program should you choose? It depends on your goals. If you want free and beginner-friendly software, go with Blender. If you're aiming for big studios, Maya or 3ds Max. If you love motion graphics, Cinema 4D is for you. If characters are your passion, ZBrush. If you want to make crazy effects, Houdini is your guy. Have you made your decision about which software to use? Then it's time to move to the next step. Nowadays courses are incredibly popular. Are they worth it? Courses provide a lot of knowledge, but I tend to believe that there is so much information on the internet and it's all completely free, with numerous amounts of articles and tutorials on YouTube. However, courses are more structured. All the materials is presented in the right order, saving you time on certain things. If you still decide to buy a course, there are numerous possible courses for different programs and skill levels. Specifically for you, I've compiled a list of relevant courses for various programs. Everything is presented in convenient order, and it's all already uploaded to Google Drive in the pinned comment. If you've decided to study on your own, as many other designers, as I've mentioned before, everything has already been thought of for us. Most ideas that you want to implement in 3D space have already been done by someone on YouTube. The internet is full of various videos and articles about 3D modeling, starting from the legendary donuts ending with complex high poly works by famous artists. If you lack budget or desire to buy courses, I would definitely recommend this option. It may take a bit longer, but I personally think that it's not any worse than paid alternatives. So we're done with this part and can go to the next step. Pitfalls. After receiving this amount of information, I am sure you have some questions. That's why I would love to provide the answers to some of them. What could be my salary? It's very difficult to estimate without knowing the amount of experience and the quality of your work, but generally 3D brings in decent income, even compared to its CGI counterparts. I can't draw. How can I do 3D? This question I've heard many times personally. The answer is simple. 2D and 3D are entirely different things. Drawing skills can be helpful, for example in sketching your work, but not necessary. You can work without any problems without it. Is the art of 3D design difficult? 3D design may seem scary at first, but don't let it discourage you. It all depends on your approach, level of interest, and how much effort are you willing to put into learning. How much time might it take to master the basic 3D design skills? In general, if you study every day and actively practice, within a few months you can acquire basic 3D design skills. However, the learning process is very individual, and each person may progress at different rates. Thanks for watching, and if this video was even a bit helpful for you, leave a like and subscribe for the future content.